Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Ginger Fox here, and we are going to be reading some Decorum Book 2 again. This is Chapter 8, Hunt or Be Hunted. It's the day of the hunt. Can you prove to everyone you are a lady above reproach? Reproach? See how I pronounce it? You gotta keep sure that the audio's off, because I don't want to make sure that it don't switch on by itself or anything, you know? Not saying that it will, but it's always good to be safe. Book 2, Chapter 8, Hunt or Be Hunted. The morning after the ball, you and Briar pace around your rooms as you prepare for the day's upcoming hunt. Can I say I am not looking forward to this afternoon's hunt? Who knows, it may be fun. There's always a chance you accidentally shoot a Duke. Briar! You can't tell me the thought hasn't crossed your mind. Your words, not mine. At least you get to spend the day in Edgewater's forest. And think of all the time you'll have with friends and missed persons. Now, you've truly piqued my interest. I think it's how you pronounce it. Piqued? It'll be as if the Duke isn't even in attendance. You've always had a knack for resilience, Claire, but I'm afraid I'm still wary of this hunt. The doubting Kansas voice precedes her as she walks into your bedroom. You stop pacing and cross your arms. You're worried? I'll give you both some privacy. I'll be right outside should you need me. I have some strong words I could give her. Briar glares intently at your grandmother as she slips past and out of your rooms. The doubting Candace turns to you, sighing. Claire, I'm here to apologize. In my efforts to secure the estate, I brushed away your attempts to warn me about Duke Richards and the distress he has caused you. Whatever you think you know is merely the surface of his wrongdoings. I'll never forgive myself for what my actions have put you through. Duke Richards. He tried to take advantage of me. If Mrs. Sinclair hadn't been there, she may very well have succeeded. Claire, I had no idea if that were... Your grandmother's voice flatters. She takes a moment to collect herself, standing up straight as a pin. Claire, I will never be able to express how remorseful I am to see the consequences born of my hand. I had a plan. Everything was handled before you forced me into this engagement. What would Father have thought? He would never forgive me for this. But know that I'll do everything in my power to fix my mistakes, beginning with putting an end to this engagement. I know I have not shown it as of late, but I am truly sorry. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. You take a steady, deep breath in and sigh. But I pray that you listen to me from now on. A true accomplished lady knows when to show grace. I will be ever grateful for yours. Your grandmother places a gentle hand on your shoulder. I know you may not want my guidance at this moment, but I may still be of use, now that I know the truth. I will help you find a way out of this, but you must play along like nothing is amiss. You'll need the Duke to be none the wiser to your schemes. Fortunately for us both, I've become quite the accomplished actress over the last few months. You've impressed your guests last night, but today is a new day. Dressing like a proper heiress will help you continue to prove to others that you are a power all on your own. I went into town early this morning to see if I could find something that would help you rise above today's circumstances. Your grandmother saunters over to your armorer and rifles out a striped ivory dress with a delicate green jacket. She holds the dress up to your frame. The gilded buttons are beautiful. Or gorgeous, I should say. Sorry. It's certainly appropriate for a hunt and a true stand-out on its own. You wouldn't want to sully one of your other dresses. How thoughtful of you, Lady Grandmother. You'll need as much support as you can get to end this engagement. It is more crucial than ever to prove to everyone you are above reproach as a lady. Screw it, we'll wear it. You're not feeling fatal in the closet. Thank you, Lady Grandmother. I feel all the more ready to face today's hunt. Claire, you look stunning. Not a single guest will have Duke Richards on their mind today. You smile at your grandmother, then run your hands down the pleats on your skirt. This looks right. I think I'm ready. You look yourself over in the mirror even more and then head downstairs. You walk down the grand staircase only to see Casuarina at the bottom. Well, 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 I wasn't expecting to see you gowned for the hunt. You look surprisingly adequate. If you're finished with your attempt at a compliment, it's just something you require. I need to speak to you now. Can I not wait for the hunt? I have better things to do with my day than muck about in the mud like an animal. I won't be riding it with you. Keep an eye on Sir Gideon today. He and Richard snuck away after the ball and didn't return until morning. They were away all night? They must have been doing something. Finally, we're both on the same page. Yes, obviously they were up to some kind of sinister schemes. This hunt is a perfect opportunity to figure out what they spent the night doing. I'll be taking advantage of the empty estate to pry around. So it's up to you to figure out what happened. Don't mess us up. I'll take that as you wishing me good luck. I would never. Thank you. Casuarina rolls her eyes and stalks off, leaving you to join the hunting party. A short while later, you and the rest of your guests come to a stop far into the forest and dismount from your horses. As everyone disperses into small groups, Duke Richards boosts to the party. Remember, we are here in celebration of Lady Claire and I, so do not be shy with your shot. Every goose that is bagged represents a happy year of our marriage. Should we not share our wealth, Your Grace? Let us each bag a bird for a year of our own happiness. An excellent point, Lady Claire. I suppose. And at the end of the hunt, we shall pool our roosts together, so we all may feast in the day's bounty. Though unconventional, that is a novel idea. Let the hunt begin. The guests of the hunt softly clap in response. I just find it funny how he's getting pissed off. I'm sorry. It's just funny. All their eyes tune to you before they take their places deeper in the forest. Where to start? Before you can choose a place in the woods, a collie runs up to you and bares his teeth. Eek! My apologies, my lady. I see you meant my hunting dog, Jasper. He's much less terrifying when you're with him. He responds well to strong leadership. I would never think to attempt a goose hunt without him. Jasper, bird. Arf, arf. Oh, he's so cute. Sir Gideon points to a bush ahead of your group, and his dog tears into it. He scares the group of goose into the air. Good boy, Jasper. Dewbreaker shoots at them without warning, but misses. What oof loaded my rifle this morning? Apparently someone who wishes for you to miss, Your Grace. I won't have anything of this sort, Sir Gideon. You'll act as my loader. Since you insist upon it. Lady Claire, you shall serve as my chum, then. Chum? I can hardly stand to be around you. Forget treating you as my companion. Your jokes are unpropelled, my lady. I so often forget about my sweet fiancé's country roots. Of course you don't know the intricacies of a hunt. Chum as in cheer and support me. Thank you kindly for your explanation. Led by the Duke, your trio walks further into the woods, separating yourself from the group as a whole. Jasper, Goose. Jasper scurries into the bush and sends a handful of birds flying. Ha! The Duke shoots wildly and misses. Ahem! Yes? Are you forgetting your duties? And now that you have a practice round under your belt, you're sure to bag the next bird. Thank you, my lady. I'm glad to see you're learning your place by my side. Keep thinking that. Dewbreaker huffs, and Sir Gideon hands him a newly loaded rifle. Perfect. I can already feel these screws are better than the last. As Dewbreaker readies himself for another round, you and Sir Gideon take your places. You all wait for the birds in silence, but after a few minutes, Sir Gideon leans over to you. You've chosen quite the lovely outfit for today's hunt, Lady Claire. You flatter me unjustly, sir. A sporting lady like yourself would have fit right with our crowd last night. Oh, I haven't heard you were with a group. Two Richards fires off his rifle, striking two groups from the sky with ease. I can't believe the both of you. Have we come to hunt or to gossip? My apologies, Your Grace, but we all know you're a better shot when you're agitated. And can you truly fault me for making idle conversation? How else am I supposed to learn about my fiancé and close friend? Du Richard scowls as he aims his rifle again. You turn to Sir Gideon and flash an innocent smile. Sir Gideon, tell me. Indeed I have. I've quite been enjoying the local tavern. I've only heard wonderful things of it. The owners were kind enough to host our party for quite some time. I do relish when others know their place, don't you? Sir Gideon! It seems Sir Gideon and I have some private matters to discuss. Yes, it appears my dear friend and I have some affairs to get in order. Why don't you find someone else to chum for a while? Gladly. Duke Richard takes Sir Gideon by the arm and forcibly leads him away further into the trees. You wander in the other direction to search for another group. Finally, some time without the Duke. You wander around the forest and see a handful of familiar faces milling about in separate groups. Then Parsons instructs Mr. Becaster, while Mr. Harper and Miss Bowman focus on Prince Hamid, and Mr. Chambers claims Mrs. Sinclair and Mr. Canavy's attentions. Time to make my rounds. You make your way over to the group and see Mrs. Sinclair instructing Mr. Chambers with the rifle as Mr. Canavy watches closely. Think not of the rifle as a separate object, but rather an extension of yourself. You're quite the poet today. Is that what I've been doing wrong all this time? Don't forget to breathe, sir, and wait until you are ready. Simple enough. Mr. Chambers lines up to shoot, testing his weight in both his feet a few times. Suddenly, a flurry of birds fly out of a nearby bush. He fires off the rifle, but each shot misses. You may be a poor shot, but you look quite dapper with a rifle in hand. Flattered. Perhaps you'll find success in your next round. I'm afraid I'm hopeless. Unless... Would you mind demonstrating for me, Mrs. Sinclair? I found I learn far more from observing. Oh, please, it'd be great fun to watch. Very well, but I'll need a target. How about the knot in that tree? You point into a small knot into the trunk of a tree. Mrs. Sinclair lines up a shot and hits the knot dead center. Good show, sir. You're quite the shot. May I tell you you're skilled, or would the vanity go to your head? I find almost anything you tell me goes to my head, my lady. Let it. If I am such a master in your eyes, how about I give you some lessons? You can't leave the force without firing at least one round. Mrs. Sinclair looks you over from head to toe. And I say, you're certainly dressed to shoot. Took you long enough to know this. I've no doubts Mrs. Sinclair would make you a great study. Mrs. Sinclair leans in closer to you, whispering so only you can hear. I would be remiss if I didn't take a chance to steal you away from my own selfish reasons at some point today. And here I thought you simply couldn't live without teaching me how to shoot. Come away with me. I promise my lessons will be worth your while. Nah, it's okay. I'm more keen on watching than receiving lessons. Perhaps Mr. Chambers would like to try again. It might be worth one more shot. This time, try for a branch. Mr. Chambers lines up to shoot once more. He shoots and hits the branch down from the tree. I've done it. Good show, Mr. Chambers. I couldn't have left you without seeing your success. How generous of you. Mr. Chambers chuckles and bows curtly before you wander to speak with more of your guests. As you walk over to Miss Parsons and Mr. Becaster, you see her positioning his shoulders. You're only having troubles because you aren't balancing your weight properly. Why is it always my balance? I swear this happens every hunt. Perhaps you've been born with 2 less feet, Miss Becaster. Lady Claire, I'm glad you finally joined us. I've been meaning to ask you about your dress all morning. Your taste is impeccable, as always. I believe most of the credit is due to my grandmother. She sent out for the dress. Her taste in dresses is far superior to her taste in finances. Or fiancés. Fiancés? Could you show me the proper footing again, Miss Parsons? That is, if you're through gossiping. You both make quite the interesting shooting team. Miss Parsons gives you a wry smile. We used to go hunting with Harry, though he was the only one of us who ever shot for meat. Then why I'll go together if Harry was the only one truly invested. Somewhere along the years, Miss Parsons and I started a competition between us to see who could shoot the most pine cones off branches. And I've never lost, but Mr. McCaster refuses to admit defeat. That's why we agreed it's a running competition. If that's so, let's see who can shoot that pine cone down first. Me? In one graceful motion, Miss Parsons cocks her rifle to her shoulder and shoots, striking the pine cone down from the tree instantly. Another point for Miss Parsons. I believe that makes us 400 to 150. Does that sound correct, Mr. McCaster? Unfortunately, yes. Don't look so glum. Your balance is sure to come to you someday. You gently pat Mr. McCaster on the shoulder, then make for your next round of groups. Who do you approach? Prince Hamid. You see Miss Bowman flit around Prince Hamid while Mr. Harper instructs him. Prince Hamid, your last shot was so close. Do try again. Yes, I missed the last one. My lady, by the looks of your outfit, I take you to be a master with a rifle. Absolutely, your dress is an inspiration. You can only hope it will inspire your next shot to be all the more precise. You're certain to make this one. Why don't you try to hit the top of that tree? I'll use your kindness to help fuel my aim, my lady. Prince Hamid's gaze follows from your fingertips to the top of the tree you've chosen. He lines out his rifle and shoots, but misses. Better luck to you on your next shot, your highness. Never you worry, Prince Hamid. You are already most accomplished and handsome. How curious. I've quite the knack for pistols. One would assume the skills would transfer. Prince Hamid tests the weight of the rifle in his hand. Why sport all this mass when you'll find the same results with a pistol? They're much later. Who needs to be a good shot with both a rifle and a pistol, especially when you're as accomplished as you are? Prince Hamid. Sorry. Sorry I stopped there. I had to make sure I didn't miss any wording out. By that logic, we could both be the lousiest shots in the world and still make it out all night. Have I gone mute? That's just what I said moments ago. My apologies, Miss Bowman. I hadn't realized you were still with us. Miss Bowman storms away from your group to join another. You watch as she picks up a rifle and shoots a loon goose from the sky. It looks as though she should have been the one giving you lessons, Prince Hamid. We all could learn something from her. You nod to Mr. Harper and Prince Hamid before leaving to greet with your next group, making sure to stay clear of Miss Bowman. Fair point. After a few hours, the party reconvenes together for luncheon. You enter a small clearing where the servants have set up blankets and tables for the group. I know you're all here to celebrate our wedding date, but you should all also be celebrating the fact that I bagged the most goose. How can you be certain you bagged the most? Because I bagged 6. Duke Richards. Your prowess is unmatched. We are all in awe of you. Duke Richards' eyes shoot skeptically for a moment, but is ultimately convinced by your smile. Finally, some support from my bride-to-be. Duke Richards glares at you and then looks out to his guests. They start clapping and cheering for him, and Parsons mutters under her breath, I don't quite see what the fuss is about. I bagged almost twice that amount. I'm sure you did, but it's impossible for a woman to have outbagged a duke. Hear, hear, the Duke Richards. If only your aim were as swift as your words. As Sturgeon raises a toast, Miss Parsons rolls her eyes and storms away from the group. You turn back to your bread and cheese and notice a crumpled piece of parchment next to your place setting. Scrawled note. I wonder who this could be from. My dearest Claire, I must speak with you immediately, for I can no longer contain what lies within me. Meet me at the edge of the forest as soon as you are able. Yours truly. It sounds like someone can't get you off their mind. Mr. Chambers, you scamp, have you read my letter? Perhaps. That's rather naughty of you, wouldn't you say? No, I say it's smart. In order for you to leave, you'll need someone to cover for you, and whoever authored this note, which I happily volunteer for. What luck. And all I need to know is, who else am I covering for? Persons. You lean in closer to Mr. Chambers and whispers your answer to him. You have to cover for me and Miss Parsons. Miss Parsons, I had a feeling. Hurry along before everyone finishes their meals. If anyone asks, I'll tell them you were eager to shoot. You're too kind, Mr. Chambers. I know. Now go. You sneak your way away from the group, then over to the outskirts of the trees, and see Miss Parsons beaming at you. Claire! Annabelle. We've been here nearly a half day, and the whole time I've been waiting for this moment. And Parsons gazes into your eyes. I'm glad I was able to share my true feelings with you today, for each day feels as though it might be our last together. Annabelle. I don't wish there to be a single day you don't hear me tell you I love you, for I love you. I never thought I'd be able to say that to someone, and to think I not only get to say it to you, but feel it for you so deeply. I love you seems to almost fall short. I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, Claire, I finally understand why my sisters have been relentlessly pushing suitors on me all these years. For love is the most precious, invigorating feeling, and I can't believe I get to share that with you. And Parsons releases a contented sigh. You have been the only person on my mind since I met you, and I cannot imagine another ever taking that place. What are you saying? Richard cannot stop us from being together. We've been apart for far too long. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that I'm in love with you. It's dire for us to make the most of every second together, since each could be our last. With the wedding approaching so soon, I don't know when we'll be able to get another moment alone together. When Parsons pulls you into a tight hug, you close your eyes and drink in the feeling of being close to her. But suddenly a goose flies out from the forest and startles you apart. Claire, now is all we have. Come sneak away with me for a moment while we still can. We'll hold each other in the shadows of the ruins just over there. Annabelle. And Parsons tilts your chin up and rubs her thumb across your lower lip, where we can be away from prying eyes. I don't want to wait to be with you, but we should. It's too risky here, and I couldn't bear you getting hurt if someone caught us. If you insist, then let's rejoin the hunt before anyone notices. When Parsons leans her forehead against yours and twirls a strand of your hair around her finger absentmindedly. You think someone fed you a love potion this morning. I've simply reached my limit. I cannot believe how in love I am with you. Isn't this rich? I come looking for my dear fiancée because I was worried for her safety in the wilderness and find her entangled with another. Do not act as if you have ever cared for my well-being now. Leave us be. You press your limits too far this time. He reaches out and grabs Miss Parsons' arm. Richards tears her away from you, his eyes filled with rage. Miss Parsons! Miss Parsons! You reach for Miss Parsons' hand, and she is able to grasp it. Claire! Miss Parsons breaks away from the dude and stands in front of you. Richards, do what you want with me, but you will never have Lady Claire. You cannot keep her from me. She is my fiancée. Richards reaches for you, but Miss Parsons swipes his arm out of the way. Miss Parsons' fists clench as she stares down the Duke. I have had enough of you and your claim over Lady Claire. And what are you going to do about it? Let's put an end to this once and for all. Do Richards, I challenge you to a duel. McPerson's. Pistols at dawn. What? What? Next comment is on Decorum. Will your true love prevail, or do Richards take everything from you in the duel? Fuck, what is going on? I don't want anybody to kill anybody. I don't want anybody to kill anybody. Aw, puppies. Facebook, something that everybody got. Pretty much almost everybody. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, stay safe and take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.